everyone, another Apex Legends video here to share. Today I'm trying something a little different. Since I've been creating these videos, it's allowed me time to watch some proverbial game tape and help me understand the things I did well, did wrong, or could have done better. Having watched these videos, I've noticed my skill, game sense, and overall performance has improved in the past few months. So in today's video, I'll be sharing what I was thinking in the moment, things I was paying attention to, and things I completely overlooked while we follow along to my gameplay. It's not my intention to teach you all what to do to be a better player, but instead provide some more
Looky
perspective
here,
and get
lads,
your
we're
feedback
inside the
on
ring.
things you noticed or would have done differently. If you see a critique you'd like to share, please leave a comment down below. Give me a like if you enjoyed the format of this video, and I'll continue to make them and hopefully show my progress throughout the upcoming season. And if you were wondering, I do realize that the title of the video is Vlogging Alex. This is just an inside joke between me and my friends because autocorrect apparently doesn't recognize the word Apex, which usually makes for some entertaining text threads between my friends and I and what we plan to do in Alex tonight. So I got my Sentinel amped up. I'm really just trying to get damage with it. I've seen a lot of YouTubers charging it up and getting good knocks, so I'm just kind of playing around right now. I'm not doing anything too serious. Throw my cluster out here to kind of gatekeep these guys as the ring closes in on them. Have some more shots. My cluster grabs that guy. I'm able to get the knock. I'm sitting here, and I hear the heat shield. I know they got a heat shield down there, so I know there's another player. And over the next couple minutes, my attention's just on this heat shield, this area. Apparently I get a stick with that cluster, and I can't seem to find this guy. I'm spending way too much time trying to fish this damage out. And there's a whole fight going on over to my right that I'm just completely ignoring.
1 minute and
Bogey clip me.
It is a Horizon, and it could queue up here, so I'm trying to play a little defensive. Trying to watch our ass here, make sure no one gets behind us. Obviously we see the fight ensuing right here. My charges ran out on the Sentinel, but I don't want to take the time to amp it up. I don't know how I saw that guy, but I did. I was able to get a stick on him, get him back in, make him force him back into the ring, which I don't know why I went in there. We're in the fourth circle here, so it's gonna be doing a lot of damage in there.
dead.
2 squads left.
Snuff him out in the
Don't bail
corner.
out of me now.
Reloading.
2 squads. I'm looking at position. I see we're not in a good spot. We're downhill.
What's that?
We got to try to make our way uphill.
Here.
And you can see the guys up there to the right. I saw them a second late. Here I go marking them.
Ring closing in 10.
Had it been just a second faster, I probably could have got another shot on them. I feel like I'm shooting this rifle like Vantage shoots her ultimate rifle. That thing I feel like you can never miss with. So I know I have a minute here, so I'm going to amp back up. I'm going to start looking for people. I catch this. I don't know who this is. I make a little mistake right here. I had my cluster on the tree, and the last second I moved it off to the left of the tree, and I shot my cluster wrong. I should have kept my cluster on that tree to help hold that hill. But from here I can tell that the fight's kind of moving off to my left and away from me, so I decided to push up. My teammates are getting into it, and I know that I need to stay in the battle with them. Snipe that kill from that guy. I don't know how I'm missing this red one. Just keep missing to the right. I was kind of trying to lead him to the right. Got a good stick with that cluster. I'm getting really good with the clusters, guys.
Good slash. They're not getting back up again.
Finds Watson trying to res. Game over. That was my first time running this gun composition, Peacekeeper and Sentinel. Got a kill early in the game with the Peacekeeper and thought I'd just hold on to it. I typically don't like running shotguns just because I'm not very good with them. I want to be better with them. I know the Peacekeeper isn't the best, but what the hell, I had it so I used it. So overall, 885 damage, 6 kills, 6 knocks. Not too bad.
Hold on tight.
Getting into game 2 here.
Finish jump master training.
I got a squad who's not really communicating. You can hear me clear my throat here.
A bomb in the hands worth
We should land there.
I probably should communicate more in these videos, even though my teammates aren't communicating back to me. Maybe just talk out loud and hope that they can hear me. I feel like I feel like I already do that, but maybe I should do it more, be more cognizant of it.
No. Negative. Hold on. Okay.
So we get a good POI here to get looted up. One thing that frustrates me is this guy, he peels off, but he still lands like right on the pillbox that I'm going straight to. It's like we got this whole POI, and you land right there, but that's just... So I wish I would have known what that guy was talking about when he said grenade out, fire in the hole. I don't know if that was an armor box or
We're not all in the
if he
ring.
just was
Quit
throwing an
farting
errant grenade.
about,
I don't
would
know.
ya?
But for the next few minutes here, we are simply just looting up, looking at circle. I think we're looking for fights, but we're also just kind of running around. We're kind of right on the edge of the ring here. As you can see, we got a whole minute before it even starts moving in on us. So pretty much to say we got nothing but time. Fuse is by far my main man for Legends on this game. I've dabbled with a couple other ones, Caustic and Rampart more specifically.
Let's move.
But I'd have to say that Fuse is my number one go-to, and Pathfinder is my number two, depending on the comp I'm running with. I know that Bangalore, Catalyst, Horizon, Octane, people of that nature, that the meta class is what a lot of people think need to be the legend that you pick when getting into these matches. But honestly, an Octane, a Bloodhound, the people I just mentioned, I do decent with them, but they just don't suit my playstyle, so I don't play them that well. And so, in my regard, although they might be a meta class to the entire community, it's not really meta
run
to
back
me.
and forth, looks like.
So, I like to play Fuse because he can be a very offensive and defensive player with his passives, his tactical, and his ultimate. You'll notice as I play these games, I make good use of all his abilities and make sure that I'm not letting anything go to waste, so to speak.
Care package on high. Favor from the gods.
An interesting tip, though, with Fuse and his cluster grenade is it shoots pretty straight for about 85 yards, and then it starts to drop down. And so if you are aiming down sights with your rifle onto a target and they're within 85 yards, you can just go ahead and hit your cluster grenade while ADSing, and it'll swap over to your cluster and you'll shoot a cluster right at the guy. So there's a lot of times where I'll be, zooming in on a guy, and that's basically to help me line up my cluster. I don't try to use the little tracking line that comes from my arm to line it up. I use my gun so I can get it right where I want it and then pop them with the cluster. It's been a really nice trick or thing that I found out, and I've been using it a lot to my advantage. And nothing's better than when you get a stick on somebody and they run around like crazy trying to get away from it, and they end up running into their group and you are farming even more damage. So it's just a lot of fun. Word of the wise though, if you are like within 10 yards and you are doing something like that, you might shoot it over your target. So maybe when you're using your clusters, try aiming more for the knees of the target versus chest or headshot, just so you make sure that you can make contact, because there has been times where I just sent the thing sailing.
Thank you. Your gratitude is graced. Must go faster.
Right now we're still just looting. Doesn't seem like we have any agenda here. We do have a fight that we're coming up onto. That's just kind of crazy. I'm not a fan of this fight. My teammates just do not want to communicate, and they run into fights and get knocked. They're pinging like crazy, and it doesn't really do them any good when you're pinging. Because the question is, do you want me to res you, or are you telling me there's an enemy near you? There's really no communication with a ping. Now, if you're alive and pinging someone, then I can assume you're pinging a target. That makes a lot of sense. And here in a few minutes, all this pinging's happening, and it just makes it a little bit confusing as
Can you
to
get back to us?
what
Or are you pinned?
the teammates asking me to do.
So it might be cut off.
I'm down. Oh, I actually got hit.
So you can hear me talking to my teammates.
Pain close.
I don't know if these guys got walked up on,
Squatty down. Selfish if you
and they
ask
weren't paying
me.
attention, or if they tried to push this fight. But it's just another one of those instances where you find yourself with teammates who just try to 1v3 the world, and it doesn't turn out good for them. Thankfully, in this match, the teammates didn't just attempt to leave after getting knocked. You can see I just did it real quick there. Just like an aim and shoot with my gun with the cluster. I didn't get any hits with it, but it was more so just trying to, you know, push people off, get them out of a straight line of sight to me. So here I was grabbing the banner, hoping that Bloodhound would come back to me, but it was so he got knocked.
He's still down?
So I don't know if he's asking for help or if it's the in-game audio that's just making it call out for help.
Gotta keep me good eye on ya.
I need some help over here.
Next ring's quite
But here we're running out of
Better get a wriggle on.
health. I don't got much, and I would like to
Heal it. Give me a
go back left, but my teammate doesn't really want to follow that way. And so we're pretty much pushing up behind the team that just knocked out my two players. And this whole time I'm trying to think of not to run the way where I think they're going, but maybe kind of get a flank on
Heal
them,
it. Give me a
because
sec.
I know that they're going to be up here. Or at least I think that they're going to be up here. Last thing I want to do is be running up to
Healing.
the ring here and have them stand on the other side and mow me down.
I am down. Hostile close. Making perfect.
See, that's what I was saying. He went the way that he went.
Yeah,
I
I got
made
you,
sure
buddy.
I
That's not
stayed wide
helping.
right because I knew those guys were going to be probably.
You got no
You hear
health.
me talking to the guy saying, basically,
No sweat for me.
stop pinging the dude. You're not helping me out here.
Rápido, rápido.
Got no health. All I can do is just hope that those guys move off, and we'll go grab.
I don't have any health to get
we'll
you,
grab
bro.
someone when we have a sec.
Octane, can you grab him?
See, look, Octane heard me there, which is good. So I know they have their headsets on.
Lucky I like you over here.
Heal him. I'll walk it off.
Thank you. Healing my wounds.
Just like that, we're back in it. Good job, boys.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Back to the conversation of meta. I know there's a lot of meta weapons.
Alright,
and a lot of
round's moving. We
people
gotta get going.
think you need to be running the R99 or the car or some high rate of fire weapon, and I do like those weapons and I will run them from time to time,
Listen
but
up. The ring's moving
I
and we're
find
on
that
the wrong side of it.
my accuracy with those weapons aren't so great, and that's probably because I'm not a great player. And so I like to use weapons that I have better accuracy with because I can land more shots and do more damage and be a better teammate.
It's go time.
I don't want to play a meta class and play a meta weapon
There's a
just
team over
because
here.
a YouTube
Lucky
streamer
me.
says the TTK on these weapons are out of this world, and if you run them, you'll be a god. Because the
Got my ultimate.
9 times out of 10,
Fly, compadres.
I'll empty my
Is it
entire
better
clip on
footsteps?
a guy with my R99 and maybe hit 4 or 5 shots, and it's embarrassing.
We're going right.
But
Okay.
with the Spitfire, I missed probably a lot as well with it, but I have so much more ammo that I can just sit there and let her eat. And it's a really satisfying feeling when you do get the recoil and control and you're landing your shots. And most of my weapons, most of the loadouts I'm looking for carrying is usually an assault rifle and a ranged weapon. I'll do the close quarter stuff, but again, the way Fuse plays with his tactical and ultimate, it's
Marking our surroundings.
he's better played at range. It doesn't do me a lot of good to be up in people's faces with a shoddy SMG kind of build. So I like to play a little bit more strategically. I don't really push too much. I really kind of I really try to eat them down at
1
range
minute and the ring's spitting distance.
and just slowly peel back their health with automatic fire in clusters.
Recharging my shields.
Here I'm trying to get a bearing. There's a couple teams around here. I'm just trying to realize, you know, that there's more than one team shooting at us. Before, when I was shooting at that one guy, I was very much just, oh, we'll be alright, you know, there's not a whole lot going down. I got lucky with that knuckle. Look at a bang, catch this bang. Look at this. My crosshairs are right on that guy, I'm not getting hit. I'm not gonna fall off. I shoot this right in front just because I know it's going to kind of help hold him off.
Healing
As
up.
he tries to get the caustic res.
8 seconds on my right. Oh,
As I look at that fight there.
fucking Nessie.
Fucking Nessies.
Charge my shields.
Usually what I say when Nessies are shooting me.
Taking a moment to heal.
Recharging my
It's
shields.
embarrassing how poor my aim is trying to shoot these
Cover me,
things,
coming up.
too.
The ring is moving to live fighters.
I know I got that bandit shooting at me, so I'm asking for cover fire. Obviously not going to get it. The Vantage isn't shooting. So I know we got a team out to the left. We're probably running up to a team as well. You know, because there's that one team I was shooting at as they were running up the hill before I down to Octane and Bangalore. So I know I got a team or two coming up here, and I need to be kind of on my tippy toes as I approach this next POI. Play close to the house, check it, make sure there's no people just chilling in it. Octane falls out of that guy. Oh, okay. So you saw me shoot that cluster. The idea was to put it out in front of him to keep him from running, because I had been putting a lot of damage on him. So if I put it out in front of him, he could have ran into it and would have had to have run through my entire cluster, which would hopefully have netted me more damage. And then when I saw his second teammate up on the hill, I shot my ultimate to try to catch them in there and also to continue to put pressure on that Octane not shooting at him.
Charging up my shields.
Again, these Nessies are pissing me off.
Juicing me shields.
Gotta get shields up here.
45 seconds till ring close, amigos.
I need more cells.
Havoc rifle here.
Guy pings a Havoc rifle. I'll never pick that up unless it's a necessity. I don't even like the Havoc rifle with the turbocharger on it. It's just not my style.
I could use light.
I like this loadout that I'm playing here. I'll play the R301. I can control that pretty well. I like the flatline.
Rings close. 10 seconds. Hold on to your knickers.
And 30-30 is my main ranged weapon. I'd probably go with 30-30 G7 Scout and then the Sentinel.
Progress.
I was wanting to land on top of that, but couldn't get to there with the balloon.
Taking a moment to
That's fine. As I'm sitting here and knowing what I know about the fight to come, I should
Are you up there, Octane? I couldn't get up there.
push south. I should have pushed south.
We can play low.
Kinda work
I
our
think,
way
make
up
them
that
drop
hill.
down, or
You can hear me say, we can play low, make them drop down. With all the stuff that I have to shoot, I feel like if they were to drop down, we could trap them with a lot of stuff. I don't like pushes like this. People can hear you, people can see you, they can anticipate you coming up. I don't know exactly, so I'm basically just coming up here and praying and spraying. I think a fault that I make a lot of error is I'm quick to cluster. And yeah, I got a good cluster there as I shot it into the door, but it took me, you know, a second and a half for the animation of the cluster to fire. And I could have been spending that time to shoot my gun, which probably would have netted me more damage in that instance. So I see these guys down here. That's time to just let them know that we're up here and that I see them. They need to be thinking about us. Also trying to spawn there and see if we can go up the red. Our Bloodhound went down,
hurry up, dude.
and he's telling me to help them. And it's hard for me to see because my ultimate's covering up his little icon down at the bottom. And he's bleeding out, and I'm saying, you know, where you at? And he's not not communicating. This is where I get frustrated with these games and that.
Hold on,
team
they.
sport
No, they're down there by the beacon.
Except for me.
Care package over there.
You hear me talk to Octane, tell him not to go for the res. Not yet, at least.
Let's go.
I'm not in a position to help Octane, so I'm telling them not to go to the spawn. We're gonna do a lot better with our position and our two people on our team than to risk one of our lives to go res a guy.
They're shooting at me.
So I really want to get them off this ledge because that's going to be our best. It's going to be our best vantage point. I'm trying to give cover fire to my guy here, but they just have too good of a line of sight on my Octane here. And Octane pings me a couple times asking for the res. And as much as I want to hop down there and res him, the second they see me jump off this cliff, they're going to push me. Also, I just got stuck with a cluster there. I know it only does about, 30-40 damage on the wall. Maybe it's, 50-60 damage, not that much. And so I just waited on it, don't panic. Their fuse doesn't seem to be so good with this ultimate tactical.
Dude, I know you need help, but
ultimate
I can't help you down there. Dude, the second they see me jump, they're rushing
You
me.
hear me talking to my,
Bad guys, let's do
yeah.
this. Need assistance. Aki, over here.
So what's frustrating, had he not jumped down, it could have been the two of us up here just laying waste to these guys. And ultimately what I'm doing, I'm just trying to buy myself time. Wait for them to push. Not to push too soon. I've had a lot of games where I got aggressive and tried to push too soon. It's more so wait for that opportunity to present itself. This Bangalore's, popping smoke to give cover, which is good, but when you're on the edge of smoke, it's easy to see. I get a lot of damage on this fuse here. Chasing that bang, I get the knock on the fuse, I get a lot of damage on the bang. The problem with this, I'm spending so much time focusing on these fights, I lose my attention on the ring, I lose my attention on the ballistic. Did you know they had a ballistic? At one point, apparently he moved around, and so I'm just trying to work down these little steps here, and then out of nowhere, the ballistic just pops out from behind this, and it's GG's. I don't have a chance against it. Still a little frustrated in that situation. So that's my video for today. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Should I have gone for that res at the end of the game? Was there moments I could have been more aggressive, or was there better positioning I overlooked? I want to know. Looking forward to Season 20. I am a little bummed that we're not getting a new legend or weapon. However, I am excited to get a little more customization with our legends and the new perk system they were talking about. That could help us min-max our legends a little more and increase the pick rate of some of the B-tier legends. I'm also interested in how rank will work, especially for a casual player like me, and I look forward to sharing that content on this channel. Tell me, what are your thoughts on Season 20? Let me know in the comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe, and I appreciate your support.